In this engaging conversation, Mary Roach explores the fascinating world of medical science focused on the replacement and repair of human body parts, spanning subjects from ancient reconstructive techniques to cutting-edge prosthetics, organ transplantation, 3D bioprinting, and ethical considerations of regenerative medicine. The discussion offers a wide-ranging look at how far we've come and how far we still need to go in making human bodies more replaceable. Mary traces the roots of body part replacement back thousands of years, highlighting early surgical innovations such as nasal reconstruction techniques designed to remedy punishments involving nasal mutilation. She shares how in India and elsewhere, surgeons devised methods of creating new noses from cheek or forehead skin flaps, and later innovations like using the underside of the upper arm to rebuild noses, requiring patients to remain tethered to their arm for healing. Such procedures reveal a long human fascination and determination to restore identity and function through reconstructive surgery. Moving into modern prosthetics, the conversation covers advancements driven especially by military funding due to injuries from conflicts like Iraq and Afghanistan. While prosthetic legs have seen significant strides, with microprocessor-controlled joints that help mimic natural gait and even prevent falls, arms and hands remain complex challenges due to the need for fine motor control and independent finger movement. Mary describes how high-tech prosthetics incorporate sensors and AI, but remain costly, heavy, and often not waterproof, limiting their practicality. Concepts like osseointegration, which anchors prosthetics directly to bone for better sensation and stability, show promise but still face issues like infection. An intriguing aside explores the application of mathematical principles, such as the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio in cosmetic surgery. Mary visited a plastic surgeon who employed these calculations to determine optimal proportions in procedures like Brazilian butt lifts and calf enhancements, reflecting evolving cultural aesthetics shaped by figures like the Kardashians and J.Lo. This highlights the blend of science and art underlying efforts to replace or enhance body parts based on subjective ideals. The discussion turns toward organ transplantation, acknowledging it as one of the most complex challenges due to immune rejection. While human donor organs remain the standard, recent advances in extending preservation times using perfusion systems show promise in improving transplant outcomes. The emerging field of xenotransplantation, transplanting genetically modified pig organs into humans, has made strides by removing problematic proteins to reduce rejection, with some patients surviving months post-transplant under compassionate use protocols. Early-stage research explores growing human-pig chimeric organs by introducing human stem cells into pig embryos to create personalized replacements, although such efforts remain experimental. Mary explains how composite tissue allografts, such as face and hand transplants, face heightened rejection risks because multiple tissue types provoke immune responses. This complexity has limited their broader adoption, with some patients requiring removal of transplanted parts due to rejection. The immune system remains a major hurdle despite advances in immunosuppressive therapies. A hot topic is 3D bioprinting, touted as a potential game changer for organ replacement. Mary visited a lab at Carnegie Mellon and learned that, metaphorically, this field is still at the Wright brothers stage, meaning early experimental phases far from clinical reality. Researchers can print simple heart ventricles that function in mice, but complex structures with aligned muscle fibers and integrated valves remain elusive. The process often involves printing scaffolds seeded with living cells, yet replicating the intricate architecture of organs and vascular systems is a formidable challenge. While current efforts rely on generic cell sources, the future may involve printing customized constructs from patients' own cells to reduce rejection. Reflecting on the cultural icon of the $6 Million Man and related science fiction concepts, Mary distinguishes the fantasy of rapidly replacing or enhancing body parts with actual progress today. While we have prosthetic limbs, artificial eyes with rudimentary vision, and implant lenses, most replacement technologies remain incomplete or cumbersome. Science has not yet realized the dream of seamlessly better, stronger, faster human replacements, but steady incremental progress continues. Among the more unusual medical anecdotes covered is a case of reconstructing a penis using a patient's own finger for rigidity after cancer-related amputation. This real surgery, performed in Georgia, Russia, employed the middle finger's bone to provide structural support but did not preserve finger-like movement. The procedure stands as an example of creative surgical solutions arising from necessity, blending ingenuity with anatomical constraints. Mary touches on emerging ethical questions surrounding regenerative technologies, including the creation of gametes from a person's blood cells and the possibility of whole-body transplants, which raise profound moral and identity issues. The conversation highlights concerns over how such technologies might be used or misused, emphasizing the importance of ongoing ethical scrutiny alongside scientific advancement. Neil deGrasse Tyson adds a cosmic perspective, noting how many species can regenerate lost limbs and organs naturally, abilities that humans lack. He speculates that future breakthroughs might stem not from replacing parts with external devices, but by unlocking or editing human DNA to activate regenerative pathways, similar to creatures like starfish or planaria worms. This would represent a fundamentally different direction in addressing human bodily damage and repair. The conversation also explores improvements in organ preservation, such as mobile extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, ECMO units, that could sustain heart and lung function outside the body in emergency settings. Innovations like these aim to expand transplant windows and improve survival rates in critical care, bridging gaps until more advanced organ replacement or regeneration becomes feasible.